What is up, you beautiful people, and welcome to today's video, where today we're going to have the throwback series of the legend himself, Taemin, where we're actually excited to look how his videos progressed over the years. For the people who don't know what the series is about, it is very simple. We're just going to be looking at all the videos on a chronological order, and we're going to see how they changed from video to video. Did they get better? Did they get worse? Did they take anything from the last video because it was so good? Did they get rid of something that was quite annoying? That is something we're going to figure out all together, and I'm excited to do this with you guys because, hey, I want to do this as a live stream, but if I did this on YouTube as a live stream, I would be taken down very quick, so we're not doing it like that. So this is going to be a semi-live stream. I'm going to be in the chat. You guys are going to be in the chat. I hope you guys are ready for an exciting video, because even I'm excited to jump back into Taemin's videos. I haven't seen them for a long time, and just as a little bit of a heads up, it's going to be 11 MVs we're going to be looking at. I'm going to be analyzing them once again just to see what I like, what I don't like. Not as specific, you know, as I normally do in all my videos, but I would like to see what we can pick up from those videos. I would say let's not waste any more time, jump into the video. And of course, guys, if you really enjoy the content you're about to see and you want to see more videos, more series like this one, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, because it would really support the channel and the community. And I would just say, guys, let's start Taemin weekend. In the honor of Taemin, here we go. Alrighty, guys, today we're going to be starting off with Danger. Danger came out in 2014, and it's actually the first video from Taemin himself. So I would just say, let's look at the video, let's see what it's about. In all honesty, I think I forgot how this video looks like as well, but let's just go into it again and see what I liked about it in the past. I really love the colors and the vibe that we're getting. Okay, before we continue, I do want to point out, I really like the build up to the song, actually. I really like the build up to this MV. It's just Taemin walking around in his little bit of a cycle, introducing himself as a character, but nothing more. Imagine, this is his debut MV. So you can see actually the colors that we see here are very similar to the colors of Shiny, and I wouldn't be surprised why, because hey, he comes from Shiny and they're most likely using the same formula. But for example here, it reminds me a little bit of Lucifer, for example, and some of their other MVs as well. They always use this shiny white, black and white background, quite common, but it's nice. But it's a very strong start. One more thing I want to point out before we continue is actually Taemin is quite lucky actually that he started in 2014. Technology has changed and a lot of good new techniques have come to SM Entertainment during this time. Like even these movements of, you know, the camera slowly moving, like the camera's getting more and more active. Like 2014 is more or less the year where SM Entertainment knew we need to be very active with the camera, getting different angles. We started from the top and we're slowly panning while also twisting a little bit and moving downwards. Nice. Is anyone else feeling those shiny vibes? Like literally, I can really just feel Lucifer in this video. Very much choreography orientated. Very nice. Very nice that the main chorus, the main part is very orientated on the choreography. I'm a really big fan of it. I think these artists put so much effort into choreography that if they mess it up, it's just a shame, because you're just throwing art into the bin. And in this case, SM Entertainment started to learn as well that this is just a very important factor. We're getting some close-ups from Taemin. You know, some personal shots. Some solo shots of Taemin. A little bit of his bad side for the people who are not aware of it, but it seems like Taemin is always trying to portray a good and a bad side from him, you know, the person who he is and the person who he wants to be. He talked about it in one of his interviews. I talked about it in one of my premieres or live streams. I don't remember one or the other, but you can really see this brightness side to him and this dark side to him. Not saying that he's good and evil, but it's more like they are two different personalities. It's a very interesting concept that they're trying to follow here, and I like that. I love the shots just generally. Really nice. You can see the focus here is purely on Taemin, and they want to focus on it as much as possible. Do you see the clear difference? Look at this outfit and look at the previous outfit. Where is it actually? This one. Do you see the difference? One is more angel-like, the other one is more devil-like. And again, this is not about him being good or evil. He's not that type of bipolar personality, but it's interesting. It's a very interesting concept that they're going to follow here. And it's nice that Taemin also admitted to it, that is his personality himself that he wants to work on. Perfect Taemin, unperfect Taemin. I think that was it. Nice. I also like these the microphones here. A lot of people might think it looks boring. What's it doing here? It's very simple. It's actually art. You know, they want to incorporate art that relates to Taemin. Taemin is into singing, and it's nice. It's nice that they came up with these small little hints about Taemin. Beautiful to look at. It's a very interesting choice what's actually happening here, and I didn't even notice this most likely on the video when I was reviewing the MV, but why does he have sometimes the chain from his nose to his ear, and then sometimes he doesn't? Again, is this trying to show minimalistic, the two sides? I cannot say. What do you guys in the chat think? It's a very interesting, that's all I can say, choice of elements, if I can say it like that. I think that's the correct way of saying it. Yeah. Nothing better than shiny showing their skin, but this was also the era where skin was very much preferred in MV still. Very clean transitions again. Keeping it simple. I also know that Kai, for example, shot and did this location. Just a little bit of a fun fact, but this is like one of those locations that SM Entertainment just owns, or they know how to get the contact of. It's a great location. I love the pillars. I think it's a parking lot. Nice. I'm really enjoying this MV. Like, it has been so long since I looked at any of these MVs, and I'm happy that I got the opportunity to look at them again with you guys. Damn. Can you imagine that this is 2014 and this is where Taemin started? Again, you can see that the video itself is quite technologically advanced already for 2014. You know, SM Entertainment has learned a lot ever since any of their other videos have been made. I mean, if you compare to the very first videos from Shiny even, for example, you know, it's a real big difference. But I do and will say that the one thing that I think is a characteristics from Taemin's MVs are literally these intros where we're getting a little bit of a hint of the music, a little bit of a hint to the personality that Taemin is trying to be in this video. But I like that. I like that type of storytelling. But there's only one way to find out, and that is actually by looking at the next video. So we started in 2014, August the 15th. Nice month. I was also born in 2000 and not 2015. Sorry, I was born in August. If I was born in 2015, I'm a little bit young, you know, to be on YouTube. Anyway, the next video is going to be Drip Drop, the performance video. Now that's only because I have not seen a proper MV to this to the song itself. Like, I couldn't find it. I don't know if it exists. I bet there might be one. I don't know if there is one. Leave it in the comments. But I do know that I checked out this video in the past. So I'm just going to say, let's go now 2 years in advance with Drip Drop. Literally February 21st, 2016. Alrighty. Do you see that? Again, the small little intro to Taemin, even though Taemin is not here, even though we can see him on the hill. Also, thank you very much for someone pointing that out, that this is Taemin really standing here. You know, they had to make sure that he's secure there, that he's able to stand there. It looks quite scary because the lens is very wide. It makes everything look quite extreme, but everything was fine. Very nice intro, actually. You can even see the wind moving. You see that? Again, an intro. I'm happy they kept that though. That could be something unique from Taemin. I need to check it out with all the other MVs as well. One sec. When did it start with the music? I think it started with 20 seconds. Okay, 20 seconds of build-up. Let's go back quickly. I want to check it out here as well with Danger. Okay, we're getting there. Let's see how much time. Now 14 seconds. So literally 5 seconds more. 6 seconds more. Nice. We still have to remember though that this is a performance video. It's a little bit different orientated. It's more orientated on the performance, you know, the choreography, which is nice. But it's still nice to look at the MV to see what they incorporated. And what I can see is they still have that intro inside of the video, which is great. I forgot where this was filmed. I think this was filmed in America, if not mistaken. I might be wrong though. Could also be Korea. Very strong though. Like a very strong intro for Taemin to come back like this, especially with it's, you know, it's really just to show his dance skills, which is great. And especially from a videographer's point of view, it's just so difficult to pick up these points correctly. Because you have to be active, you have to be interactive. You can't just be the boring man with the camera when trying to film these elements. Yeah, this is really different from a normal MV if you just look at it. It has a bit of a different vibe to it. I wonder how it is when you have these international choreographers. They get the information to say, hey, we need you for a video. What video? Oh, we have to work for Taemin. Who is Taemin? And then they get introduced to the choreography. They're like, holy crap, what are we getting ourselves into? But they're really just owning it. The one thing you can notice is with Taemin, he's a little bit more snappy compared to the other dancers. I mean, that also makes him the main dancer, you know? Not a lot of pausing going on for me in this video though. There's not a lot to comment on, you know? The only thing that I can pick up from his last MV was literally the intro. You can really just see he put so much time and effort into learning all this choreography as good as possible. Nice. For some reason they keep wanting me to watch Move. Move is gonna come later. Just a little bit of a heads up. But yeah, this is this performance video from 2016. I cannot say too much about it because it's actually just a performance video. It's not really an MV. And I do like it still. You know, it really just shows Taemin himself as a choreographer. They tried to capture this as a moment, you know, where he's actually doing his dancing. The one thing that I must say that is very important for a performance video, if you want to show choreography, which is really, really cool, don't try to sing with it as well. Like, either do one thing good or the other thing, but don't mix it together. I just noticed that it's always the artist always just seems like he's highly focused on the choreography, and the singing part just becomes secondary. It's not as important, and it isn't, you know. So I would just say, like, hey, you don't have to pretend you're singing in front of the camera. It's not the importance of the video. It's still honorable that he's trying, though, but it just drops it a little bit, you know. It just drops that one standard. And with an MV, they really make sure that when he's singing, they're focusing highly on his singing part compared to his choreography parts. They have a little bit of a mixed opportunity, a mixed direction of what they're trying to aim for, a mixed goal, if I can say so. But man, Taemin still is amazing when it comes to his choreography. I remember showing one of his videos to one of my parents, I forgot which one, and they're like, what are they made out of? What is Taemin made out of? Is he a machine? How do they move this quick? And up to today, I really don't have the answer. Maybe it's really just because us Europeans are a little bit more chunky. We're a little bit heavier built compared to Asians. We're taller, we're bigger. We're really heavy boned, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just lazy. You guys can tell me in the chat what you think. Okay, 2 videos down. Like I said, for now, the only thing that I noticed was the introductions are more or less the same. You know, they have a little bit of their moments to introduce Taemin, which I think is great. And I would just say, let's go to the next video, which is actually released in the same month, interesting enough. So this is actually February 22nd. Drip Drop was introduced literally a week before that, so February 16th. Now we have a proper MV. I'm curious to how this started. I remember this MV was quite intense. So let's just have a look. Let's just see how this video compares, especially to Danger, and see what did they include, what did they not include. You see, again, we have that introduction. Not really the song, just an introduction to something, part of the story, okay? Introduction to Taemin again, in his certain element, in his certain role. Again, we can see the 2 types of Taemins here, his 2 sides. And I liked it. I like that they're actually trying to include both those elements, you know, because it's still important that you stay focused on what you're trying to say with the story. And yeah, I'm happy that Taemin also introduced that to us as a fan base, you know, that he is trying to show his 2 sides. Man, my eyebrow is itchy today. Okay, hold up. So this intro is 25 seconds. We're 25 seconds in. Is it going to be longer? We're at 30 seconds. Is it going to be 35? "40 seconds. I'm just going to say it, 40 seconds long. They really extended that intro by a long time. It might be that people really just enjoy that. And also, it just makes the entire MV a little bit more dramatic. But I like that. I really like what they're doing here with Taemin's MVs and these intros. Still no subtitles, by the way. But I think subtitles were introduced much later. I think they came in 2017, 2018. Beautiful cinematics, though. See, it's all about the storytelling. It's all about the moment. Put the money in the bag, girl. I'm Taemin. I need to have my new album. I need funds, woman. I want to stop here for a second. We're 1 minute and 50 seconds into the MV, and if you noticed, there is 0 choreography yet. It's purely story-based, but it's very pleasant actually, and it's also just nice to look at something that's a little bit more story-driven, you know, rather than choreography. Let me go back there actually a second. There was something that I noticed that was a little bit interesting about this part itself. It sounds really weird, but it looks a lot like Rap Monster RM, you know, from BTS, because RM always comes over like he doesn't give a shit about anything, like he's always too cool for school, that kind of attitude. And I have a feeling like this is inspired somehow by his look, like really just that look. I don't know what it is, but it's really just that gaze, you know, that really just like, I don't give a fuck about anything, which is nice, you know. It's nice that you can be inspired by different artists. I am amazed though by how much makeup he's actually wearing. Like, he looks caked in it. I didn't even realize this in when I initially looked at this MV, but interesting. And now we have some choreography 2 minutes into the video. Think about it, that's a very big change. Such a different direction, but I like it. But it's nice makeup. Really gives his face a different structure. I remember that I complained about these scenes, about the color grade a little bit. But I do know it gets better and better after all the years. Very much story driven. Man, what's up with my English today anyway? It sounds a bit broken. Again, do you guys see it still? You got the two characteristics from Taemin here. I really like it. I like that this keeps on going throughout his MVs, and it's just fantastic. And we have so many more MVs to go through, so... Man, Taemin with blue eyes is really just a different something. No, it's really something else. Not in a bad way, of course. Really cool. Just the outfits itself, the makeup. It reminds me a little bit of the older days of SHINee still. The hairstyle. How do you even make your hair this fluffy? Can someone tell me in the chat? Is this the moment where he burns himself to death? Yeah, that's the moment. This one really just got me by surprise, purely because I remember that it was such a sad ending. Also, what's kind of new here is that we're introduced to cinema bars, but instead of them being black, they're actually just white. And I like that. I think white is a very nice choice as well. It's a little bit different. I started using it myself actually within the industry as well lately, because I think it just brightens up videos a little bit. It makes them a little bit more happy, if that makes sense, even though this video has quite a sad tone to it, but it just gives it a bit of a different look to it. You know, black is so, how do I say it? We see it way too often compared to white, you know, or, you know, if we go back to NCT with that purple, which was just terrible. White is a nice choice, and it's something that's newly introduced, and that came in 2016, February 22nd. Also a moving outro, really nice. Just beautiful. I like these kind of outros. They're moving, they're engaging. They're really nice to look at. Man, it's actually so exciting because we still have so many more videos to look at. And I don't know where this is going to, because the next video we're going to be looking at Okay, guys, we need to just get used to it. You know, we're going on a bit of a pace. I don't want to bore you too much. I don't want to sit here saying nothing. But the next video is one of his Japanese videos, which I still think is quite important. This is, I think, Sayonara Hitori, you know? You know it? If you don't know it, well, now you do. This is one of his Japanese videos. It came out basically a couple of months later in 2016, July 2016. And I would just say, let's just jump into it to see what actually changed, or what is maybe even different compared to his usual MVs to the Japanese versions. Again, we have a little bit of an intro. They're keeping to that for sure. You see, we always get this intro to Taemin. He's in his certain element. In this case, he's sitting, I think, if not mistaken, on a rock at the cliff. And if not mistaken, it should also be anime inspired. Has been quite a while since I looked at these videos. Again, a 20-second intro. So this is a little bit slower. A little bit more focused. I mean, we're now 40 seconds. Maybe even 45 seconds it's going to be. 50 seconds of just one shot. One shot only. 50... No? Is it going to... No, nothing is changing. Okay, we're still in the same shot. That's really nice. 1 minute, still one shot. Okay, I remember what my analysis was after I actually reviewed this as well, is that for me, this is the perfect type of performance video where the focus is the performance, and you can see Taemin is not even trying to sing in this case. It's all about just showing the body language. And I'm happy actually, just a little bit more focused. Much more different than Drip Drop. So it's actually good that I included Drip Drop as a reference. We're introduced to some special effects, but then again, I do know that this is inspired as well by anime artists. I mean, I can also understand why they don't want to call this a performance video, because there's a lot of elements going through this. You know, you're not really focusing 200% on the choreography. You're also focusing a lot on just the aesthetics, the looks, the feel of it, all different angles. A performance video should just be front framed, aka you only see the person dancing from the front, but as you can see, everything is happening. Top, bottom, sword fighting and everything. But it's nice. I still think this is a little bit of a better performance video than Drip Drop. Can you imagine, 2 minutes into the video, and now he's only starting to sing. I mean, look at this though. It just looks like the world is about to explode. I don't know who the artist was who generated this world, but it's great. I forgot who this lady was actually. Also very nice with the lighting. You know, this shot itself shows a lot of, how do you say it? The cinematics of this video can be really good. I mean, I just love how they have the shadows moving as if time is passing, which is just really amazing to look at. It's a simple shot, but it just has so much depth to it, which is just beautiful. You know, this is going and mixing the classical with modern technology for back then. They're trying to make the most out of it. You know what's also very nice actually? That the cameraman or whoever was thinking about filming this also tries to make the world look much bigger than just a set. Like you can really just imagine that this is filmed in a real life location, which is actually just nice. And it doesn't feel closed in, it doesn't feel forced in a small box, if you understand what I mean. And it's very nice what they did here. You know, opening up the horizon a little bit. A little bit of a weird shot. Let's just look at that again. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see that they filmed this. I don't know how many frames, but the slow-mo is just crappy because it just becomes choppy, not crappy. Well, it's also crappy because it's choppy, but it's not smooth at all because they filmed this at a too low frame rate, and when they try to edit it in post to slow it down, you know, you just get something that's like tick, 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 rather than a very nice slow pass. Technology was different back then still, you know. Man, what a good MV though. Very different, a very interesting mix between modern technology and modern shots. They tried to include the classical and the modernist together, which was a little bit confusing at times because you can see clearly which shots were modern and which shots were classical. And the classical shots really look good. Like you can see those cameras are really picking up some amazing shots. Yeah, the CGI didn't do it for me, even though they did try to at least make the world look quite big, quite amusing, and I can really see myself, not myself, I can see Taemin standing there. And I think this is going to be a really interesting comparison because the next video we're going to be looking at actually is A Flame of Love. And again, this is a video, if not mistaken, again for the Japanese audience. But it's still very interesting to see how these videos are a little bit different from each other. Like I think that these videos are also orientated for the Japanese audience, which is a little bit different than a Korean audience. You know, every country has a little bit of a different look on how they want to perceive their artist. And maybe this was more appealing to the Japanese ones, but you can clearly see there's a clear distinction between this and the classical SM entertainment formula. Anyway, let's go to Flame of Love, which I still remember being a really interesting video, even if it was Japanese. And this came over basically a year later. So there was a break, and then this video got released 1 year after Sayonara Hitori. Do you ever notice it? It's that intro. They kept with that. I'm actually quite happy about that though. Is Taemin going to be in this element again? I forgot what. Actually, no, they skipped it. They didn't even show Taemin. Whoa. They really did something different now. Okay. It's a 15-second intro, but then it goes straight to the song. Nice. I was thinking to get a few more rings as well. You cannot even see it. Can you see it? Yeah, I only have one. I really enjoy rings, but I want to get gold rather than silver. Just fits my fingers better, the color at least. Again, quite theatrical, following more or less that same formula from Sayonara Hitori. Whoever did the fire effects in this video just owned it. Like, they're just so good. Like, you can even see the sparks. Like, just have a look at the floor here, okay? Pay attention to the sparks that are landing on the floor. They are just falling and spreading on the floor. You know, they're actually impacting on the floor. Whoever did those CGI effects, man, good for you. Just amazing. He just literally burned that woman alive. Like, can we just have a look at that video again? At least this element, like, can you imagine, like, you don't know this is Taemin, you don't know anything, you listen to this quiet and all you see is basically, let me even silence it, okay? And then we're going to watch it again. This part. Okay, goodbye, girlfriend. Like he just went solo. By the way, I do want to introduce one more part actually to the video, and that is actually that I'm happy that they introduced, I don't know if you can see it, there's basically this line above the play bar which indicates which moments people watch the video at the most. And actually this is one of the high points. You can actually see there's a high rise here, so people want to watch this. And it's true, it's very impactful. Just look at this. Nice. The fire is just beautiful. It looks real. It looks alive. It looks interactive. It really looks as if it's part of Taemin. There's one more thing actually that I realized that they did the same with Sayonara Hitori, is that with the Japanese versions, they actually don't have those counterparts in Taemin. Taemin is just one entity. He doesn't have a second version or a third version. It's just him. Again, different audience. Maybe they want to make Taemin less confusing for the Japanese audience. Interesting choice. Just beautiful. The fire effects just look great. Okay, framing this. Who wants to have a photo of this? I'll send it to them. First person who says it, I'll send a screenshot of this. I would even download this video in the highest quality, send you a screen grab. You can print it out, put it on the wall, enjoy it. It's beautiful. Damn, more skin. Man, the shots are just top notch. So simple. Like, you have to think about Sayonara Hitori, but they cleaned it up. They made it simpler to follow, less crazy effects, and they're using the darkness as an element to use to their advantage, which is very nice as well. Because 100% of the shots are shot in blackness. If not mistaken, by the way, they shot this on a street somewhere, on a parking lot, if not mistaken. Someone explained this to me. I love it. Man, the videos, I don't know, like watching them after each other is just more emotional than I thought. Like, it's actually quite tough to watch them because there's so much happening and it's fun at the same time. Like, I bet you guys are enjoying it as well. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm trying to make this as interactive as possible, but I think the videos are clearly speaking for themselves. And also you can clearly see that difference between the Korean versions of his songs and the Japanese versions. Again, this video did not have that double personality. You don't have that confusion going on here. Very, very interesting. Whew. Okay, guys. I hope you all have a bit of a drink going on there. I think it's time for you guys to get a little bit of a sip. You know, you don't want to be dehydrated in the summer. But we're going to go directly to the next video. This video is recommended to me right now in the section on the video, but I already have it prepared, so it's all good to go. And we're going back to Korea with Move. Now, I do remember this video in particular is because I don't know what they did with face softening, but it was quite horrendous here. They really made sure that his face looks really, really flat. I don't understand why they did this. I don't understand at all whoever thought this was a good idea. It's just so disturbing. And I would just say, let's jump into the video. Are we going to get an intro to Taemin again? Are we going back to that? Where's Taemin? Come on. I know he walks out the door somewhere. Is this him? There we go. You see, again, we get that introduction of Taemin in his personality. I like it. You know, they're just giving us a little bit of like, okay, what is this song going to be about? What is this MV going to be about? What is Taemin going to be this time? And this is the small intro to that. 20 seconds. Okay, this intro was 20 seconds. I don't know why. I just think it's interesting to keep count of it. Like, look at how soft his face looks. They've really messed up the entire softening. You can see the hair loses detail. His eyes loses detail. It wasn't really much the smartest choice, I would say. Well, here it looks great. Again, because, I don't know, rain, he's moving, harder to edit. By the way, guys, if you noticed something that I did not notice that you see as a resemblance as well from the other videos, put it in the chat. Maybe you picked something up as well. I do think here, though, that Taemin is finding more or less his real own personality. Like, he's feeling comfortable to really just take a step further and look very different compared to how he looked in any other videos. I mean, even if we look at Pressure Number, he still looks like that innocent Taemin that we know from, well, let me see where he is, that innocent Taemin from Shiny. While I think here with Muth, he has finally entered his own world, his own dominance. He's comfortable now. Ah, man, that choreography is really... It's something else, you know. It's not the easiest to do. I was watching choreographers trying to react to it, and they say it's a lot of muscle control. Because you're basically stiffening your entire body to make sure that it moves the way it does. Really cool. Also, this very nice mix between choreography and storytelling. It's actually very nice. It's following each other, you know, like the choreography is part of the story, but the story is also part of the choreography. It's nice. A very fine balance. And also entertaining to watch, actually. This also makes it a little bit more different from all the other videos, in my opinion. You know, just even listening to the song itself is just so relaxing. Like, his music is something, you know, like now that we're listening to him for the last like 20-30 minutes, it's nice. You're following someone's story. And we're now with 3 years in his solo career. Imagine, 3 years. What for me is 20 minutes to look at him is 3 years for him that passed. But I like his confidence in this video. He really just wants to own it. He wants to be the king of his own video, which is nice. It could also be that actually this was the moment where SM Entertainment saw something in his solo career and they're just trying to give him the best opportunity possible. Because I know the next video we're going to be looking, I thought this was one of his best videos out there. Especially the way it was filmed, very artistic. I wonder if you guys can guess it. If you can guess it, put it in the comments. Yeah, this was really the... This is literally the video that shows that Taemin is on his own feet now. Like, this shows his dominance in the world, that he's gonna be a challenge to all the other artists in the K-pop world, because this is really just something where he's trying to show like, hey, I'm not playing games anymore. They're really trying to put that onto the field. What is also very interesting here is that in this video itself, I did not see the two sides to Taemin again. Like, they took that away, interesting enough. Maybe they showed too much of it. Maybe they didn't. I can't really say. But I will be honest and say I do like where this went to. I do know that it's going to come back again in one of the later videos. I just don't know which year it is. But still, imagine what we watched in, 20, 30 minutes. Taemin had to pull off 3 years of working his ass off to get to where he is now. It's really just remarkable to see what energy can do, what you can do, especially when it comes to, you know, trying to achieve what you want to achieve. And Taemin should be a motivation to people, you know, like, I'm not telling people to become singers. I'm not telling people to become dancers. I am telling people to say, hey, if you really want it and work for it, you can achieve it. Taemin is just a living example of that. And he said it many times already himself, that he wants to be in control of his life. And everyone who thinks that he put no effort into it, it's very rude. We've heard him even complain about it. He thinks those people are they're just crazy. They're a bit bonkers, if you can say so. But that is Taemin. Man, this is, I don't know. I'm getting happy about, you know, looking at these videos. Anyway, let's go to the next video and see how they basically improved from there, or disimproved with Want. The one thing that I can say with the video so far, by the way, and before we go to Want, is that with Move and all the other MVs, even like Pressure Number and Danger, you can see that it's basically going away from that old school, going away from, you know, following a trend. Like, if we go to Danger, it just reminds me of the trend that was going on back there. Very heavy contrast, black and white, very simple. Drip Drop was something different. Then you have Pressure Number. Again, it's still what was happening more or less during these times. It seems as if Taemin was trying to follow a trend, but now with Move, he's getting into his own look and feel. And I think from Want, he's really getting where he wants to be, because now we are in 2019, and this is also the song where you can see the clear difference that Taemin is following his own path. He's really following his own ideology and trying to show pressure. And let's just look at the video together. I also just want to say that before we start, I love how this video was filmed. I think this video is very artistic. Taemin is very artistic. And again, it's a big punch into the world of K-pop. He really is trying to dominate, you know, who he is and display who he is. Like, look at those little remarks concerning all the different artists. Hold up. I wanted to say something else. I just want to say, you see all these little hints, you know, on elements that most likely are liked by Taemin. I can't really say, or someone was thinking about that. How can we put all these small little hints of something cool going on? But if we look at this video, I never noticed it myself, but you basically see these dots, these squares. These are, again, reference points. I didn't even notice it, but you can see that at the moment the background is white, but slowly you can see that it's turning greenish. And that's because it's most likely a blue screen or a green screen. But I think it's a green screen, because here you can clearly see that it turns green. Man, I didn't pick this up, but I love it. I didn't know you can change colors of green screens like that. Maybe I can do the same. Maybe I can't really say. Okay. Really cool though. So far, this is also the highest production from Taemin. You know, technology has changed so much in 2019. Really beautiful MV. I wonder, what song do you guys actually think is the song that made you understand that Taemin was the king of K-pop? Because some people tell me that he's the king of K-pop. You know, that depends on your if you believe that or not. But what was the song where you think, okay, Taemin is the shit? I'm curious about what you guys think here, because for me it's quite difficult. Now, I did not know this song. The first song I knew from Taemin was Criminal. I enjoyed Criminal a lot. To me, that was like, damn, this guy has skill. But when I look at Want, and this video is from earlier, I think this could even be the song where it has proven to a lot of people that it's the song to say, like, Taemin is something that you can believe in. Just leave it in the chat. I would love to hear it, or in the comments if you watch this video later. SM Entertainment really went out of their way to make sure that this video got all the treatment it wanted. And I would say this is also the big differences, you know, between this and all the other MVs. It just feels next level. It also makes me think that this made Taemin next level. Like, this is not even just an evolution of the MV, it's an evolution of Taemin. Taemin feeling confident, Taemin feeling happy that he's in something that's excited, that is worshipped, that is enjoyed by millions of people. That's how it should be. I mean, this video has 45 million clicks. Pause. I actually want to see. So this is 45 million clicks. Let me go to Danger. Danger has 32 million. It's also nearly 8 years old, while Want is literally 3 years old. Just imagine, that's a lot of clicks. Like, I wonder how many clicks this is going to have in the same time of, you know, period of time. Like, let me actually compare it to Move. Move has 65 million. Let me go back to all the other ones. So, like I say, I think Move was really the video or the spotlight where SM Entertainment wanted to show that Taemin is a game changer. It has 65 million clicks. And I can believe that the numbers here actually do show that as well, that this was the song to say, like, hey, Taemin is in the world. You better accept it. Anyway, let's continue. Still, 45 million clicks. That's healthy. That actually means that SM Entertainment just made the money most likely of the production back through YouTube. That's good. By the way, guys, I have reviewed all of these videos in depth. If you want to, go check out my channel right now, or maybe after this video. The information is there. Just search out the MVs and they will all be there. Or just search Taemin on my channel. You can see what I like, what I don't like about MVs, and what I don't, or what they could have improved, you know, by making them. But that's not the goal of this video. We're just here to enjoy Taemin, enjoy how he grew up, how he has evolved over time. What a great MV. Fantastic. Guys, I want to say something here, and it's something I just noticed. I kept looking at the year of this MV and his last MV. Taemin would have never even lasted this long if it wasn't for his dedication. We all have to be thankful for that. We all should be grateful for his dedication so we can actually enjoy his content, his music, his MVs. 5 years of solo dedication, and this is only one song. He made multiple more songs, multiple more MVs as well that I maybe did not include. But what I want to say is that 5 years of hard dedication. If we compare it to Move, that is more or less 3 years. 3 years of heavy dedication for him to get that spotlight by SM Entertainment. That's a lot of time that has gone into an industry. And, you know, in all honesty, it could have also gone the other way. Maybe Taemin would have not reached it, but in all honesty as well, Taemin would have. He really is something else, which is really nice. Oh, man, this is getting tough for me, you know? Like, I'm enjoying this a little bit too much, maybe. I'm really just enjoying this time. I enjoy this time with you guys in the chat. I enjoy this time as well, making these videos for you guys. I wanted to do something special for you, and I think with Taemin, it could have been very special. For anyone who is right there now in the chat, I just want to say thank you for being there with me, and I hope you enjoyed the content. Again, if you did enjoy it so far, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Okay. Let's go to the next video. The next video, I am also very much aware that it's a little bit of a different concept, because it's called Two Kids. It's filmed in a different city. If not mistaken, this was filmed in Paris. It was also filmed a little bit more random, if I can say so, without the studio, without the hecticness, you know, of a production house, at least a big one. I would just say, let's go watch Two Kids. I still really enjoyed this video because it has a very interesting take to it, because in theory, this is the type of content that anyone could shoot. If you were an artist, a singer, a choreographist, whatever, and you want to tell a story, this could be a very good story, a very good MV to guide you of making such a music video, because this was all filmed on the street. It wasn't too crazy. You don't have a studio. You don't have to pay to be on the street, even though in this MV they did block some of the sets. If you look at the behind the scenes, you can see that. But let's just go into it. Do you actually see the cut here? Oh, wait. What actually? Oh, yeah, he's beaten up. I forgot that. I thought he really was cut there for a second, and he just continued. Like, for example, this shot, you know, he's just sitting or leaning against the front of a car. The light is basically being the main light here, causing this cool effect. There is no studio light here. It's so creative. Really cool pants though. I was thinking, where did these pants come from? And then it says here Dior. Okay. Okay. There goes my budget. Very nice. You can even see everyone is still looking to see who this guy is. No one would know who this legend is who is actually dancing here. And I'm actually wondering how they blocked the street. I'm actually curious what they did here, but it looks like it's a one-way road actually. So they would have blocked the entrance to this road for maybe an hour or two just to make this MV. Can you just imagine if one of the pedestrians... It would have been cool if they would just say, yeah, I was there and I don't understand who he was, but it's so cool to be in the MV. Like, imagine you saw your face there. This is a really different artistic approach compared to any of the other MVs, because everything is in public, everything is in a live location, everything is real. I actually wonder that. Do you guys see that? Let me get there. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna move my chair. I'm gonna do this. Do you guys see basically over here? I'm gonna put my mouse here. That actually looks like he actually hurt himself at some point, because that actually looks like his skin is rubbed a little bit open. And interesting. Interesting, Taemin. What actually happened there? I wonder if he maybe fell down? Or maybe on choreography practice? Can't really say. Somehow I do enjoy this MV as well, even though it's very different. It reminds me a lot of Taemin getting control of what he wants to do by himself. You know, being the artist that he is. It seems like this could be the song where he's slowly getting the feel of that he's not just an artist in the sense of a dancer and a singer. He can also act and be a storyteller outside of the studio. I mean, guys, how can you not enjoy this at all? Like, it's such a beautiful song, I think. Really nice. I actually like this mix between them staging everything and, for example, here, because here they didn't close off any part of this this square. Like, you can see the cameraman is going around him, and you can literally see there's no signs, no lighting. This is all natural. Like, this is Taemin just performing in this natural habitat of him enjoying what he wants to do. And it's beautiful. You know, that shows confidence. 200% confidence. Wow. Okay. Very different from the rest of his MVs. But it's also one of those MVs which I think really just shows that Taemin is getting really confident in what he's doing, that he's not just becoming that guy that belongs to Shiny, but that he's also just becoming his own entity. I know there is one MV, Think of You, that was also, I was thinking to do it, but I left it out because it's very similar to Two Kids, even though this one is a little bit more raw. This one is a little bit more, you know, in the open, and him filming his enjoyment of Paris, which I think is cool. Like, it's a little bit like a blog, if I can say so. But I must say that this is a very good example to say, like, Taemin is here getting and doing what he wants to do, living his life, displaying his true nature. And it's very nice to see this progression, because now we're literally 6 years later. Again, it took him 6 years of him showing to SM Entertainment that he can do it for them to approve of this. You know, SM Entertainment is not the kind of people that will be like, yeah, do what you want, here's €1 million. No, they really need to show, or you need to display to them the dedication that you want to do there. And you know what I'm noticing actually with these MVs is that it's not that much about the MVs evolving here. It's literally about looking how someone is evolving, you know, in the career of K-pop or in his own genre, Taemin Pop. Should we make that a genre? Not really sure. Hashtag Taemin Pop. Leave it in the comments if you want to. Let's promote that. Let's show Taemin that he has his own genre, which is really nice. Yeah, we should really do that actually. But this is very interesting for me as well, because I never saw this connection. I always thought like, okay, the videos are going to get better and better. But theoretically, or in theatrics, no, theoretically, not in theoretically, theoretically, his MVs were already good. They are already really pleasant to look at. But Taemin is evolving here. It's beautiful. Okay, guys, can you already guess the next MV? If you can guess it within the next 5 seconds, I am going to be really happy, and I'll pin your comment. I'll answer to it directly. But for now, I just want to say, let's jump right into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you guess it? If not, that's fine. We're going to be looking at Criminal. Actually, one of the first MVs that I looked at on this channel. This is the video that got me like hooked on K-pop and hooked on MVs and hooked on everything. Also with NCT 127. Anyway, let's go. By the way, in Two Kids, again, you did not see that split, you know, between Taemin and his personality. I think it was Criminal where it came back again. You know, because here again, we have that bad boy, that crazy person. And this MV is really just a very fun video to see. If not mistaken, this is the video, if I thought correctly, is the video that shows how he is, like he's showing one of his sides. Like he doesn't want to show two sides, he wants to show one of his other sides. On someone who he wants to be. His alter ego, maybe. Man, the camera movements are still as smooth as I remember. So cool. Man, they're good. I think I know why my nose is so itchy. Pollen allergy. It's okay. Oh no, actually he is showing his second personality here a little bit as well, like he's suffocating on himself. Again, we saw that as well with Pressure Number, if not mistaken. It's nice that they're bringing this back, but it's not as resemblant. I was also watching one of these or this video, someone else was reacting to it, another videographer, and there's something that I never picked up, but it is such a true point, and it makes this scene so remarkable, because if we look at the scene in particular, you basically have Taemin, he's choking, you know, he wants to die. You're associating it with something very negative, while everything around him is alive. It's green, the birds is there, nature is there. It's quite a contradicting scene, and this is also where you can see that you're fighting with ups and downs, black and white. Very interesting. Really cool. If anything, this is one of my preferred videos of Taemin. I mean, there's one more, but we'll keep that for last. Can you guys already guess it? But yeah, here you can clearly see Taemin is in his zone. He's owning. He knows that he made it. He got the golden crown. You know, he won his trophy, but he's not happy yet. He still wants to prove to people where he is. What do you guys think of Criminal? What is your favorite or most favorite MV so far? Is it Criminal? Is it Pressure Number? Is it maybe Drip Drop? Is it even maybe Danger? Tell me. Tell us. Tell the community. What a beautiful MV, and also the camera work is just... I can't imagine. I reviewed this literally more than a year ago. That's how long it has been, and I haven't watched the MV since then. It just makes me so happy. Like, it makes me so appreciative of all you guys, actually, you know, supporting me, supporting Taemin, supporting everyone around you. Just fantastic. Man, can't these videos just be longer? Like, I could just watch a movie with Taemin in it, maybe even the Shiny members. There's something about him that is just so engaging, and I think it's just a shared dedication to the industry. It's close, you know, no one can top it, you know, so far. Like, I don't know any other soloist, you know, that... I don't know, acts like Taemin. It's quite difficult. Like, it's hard for me to even just say it, but Taemin is really just that one diamond that you just cannot replace, you know. I'm not saying there's no one else as good as him. I'm trying to say is there are a lot of people that are really good, but Taemin is really the one that can stand out a mile compared to many others, which makes him special, you know. It makes all of us a little bit happy. Okay, guys, we're literally 9 videos in. I hope you guys are sitting in tight. I hope you guys are enjoying this special on the Saturday weekend. And I hope it's also very entertaining to you guys to see the transformation on the MVs, but also Taemin himself, and where you can clearly see the differences from video to video. I mean, that's just the goal of this, you know, because you wouldn't see this if you watch one video and then you see another one 10 years later. You need to see them chronologically to really see these differences. And it's also, for me, it's really satisfying to do this. It's nice to see where people started and where they are now. Alrighty, let's go to the next video, which is going to be Idea. Okay, let's go. Again, we see Taemin in this element. We're quite used to this formula. SM Entertainment is going to make sure that they're going to follow this. It's very quick though, this intro. 6 seconds. 7 seconds. Yeah, but you can clearly see here, we're there, you know, Taemin knows where he is. He's owning it just. He wants to own it. Also here we're again introduced to that second personality of Taemin. We have this blob, this metal person. Not really sure if that is supposed to be his alter ego or vice versa, but it's interesting still. This is also one of the moments where what I like about Taemin is that he's mixing up studio and real life location, and at the same time, this I think is the MV where he started doing that. I mean, we saw it also in the past, but this is a very clear structure now. You know, we're getting into this formula because I also know that his last MV that he made out, they're following that same idea. I love it. I love real with fake. It's nice. Making elements touchable is beautiful. Makes it so much cooler. You can also see that this video is supposed to be very hectic, and you can also see that with the choreography, like you don't really understand what's happening. They're really trying to push that idea as if it's just a thought. Maybe it has to do with the song name, you know, Idea. Very interesting. So, you see the stairs here, and for anyone who's interested, so the stairs is real, okay? This is filmed outside, and for Taemin, this was also really hard to do because it was super bright, and he was about to squint his eyes all the time. But basically, what you can see and how this is built up, just look at the behind the scenes, but from this part out, basically, going downwards, it's basically green screen. It's just amazing how they made it look so good still. You can also clearly see that SM Entertainment knows they need to take care of Taemin. They want to give him the best. You know, SM Entertainment is just throwing more and more money at him, which is fantastic for both of them if you think about it. Everyone wins. Taemin wins, he gets the productions he wants. SM Entertainment gets the artist they can have. That golden gem. Also, fun fact, I didn't know that, but you hear that voice in the background. I didn't know who that was. I questioned the people in my Discord. If you don't know yet, there is a link down below. Join the Discord. We're talking quite often about K-pop and all the new releases and all the new suggestions. But Killing Me Softly, so it's actually Boa who came out with this or is saying these words. I was always curious because I was thinking, who is the female voice? Is that Taemin where they fixed his voice so much? But no, it was actually Boa. Fun fact, but cool fact. Makes me happy. A really nice matching voice. Yeah, you know, we don't even have to watch the next video, but here you can clearly... Actually, we do actually have to, because you can see SM Entertainment is pumping money into him. They're pumping money into SHINee. They're pumping money into Taemin. They know they have something good going here. And again, that's all because of that dedication from Taemin. Concerning the videos, like I say, they're getting better and better and better purely because they are pumping more and more money into them. You're going to see from the first video when we looked at Danger, Danger was already a good MV. The thing is, it was just lacking a little bit of a budget. The more budget you have, the more options you can do in your MVs. The more shots you can get, the more dynamic you can make your videos. And it's gradually growing. But that's also thanks to Taemin, because he is really just showing that he's worth the cash. Okay, guys, the last video. So this song is quite interesting because it's one of those videos that holds a little bit of importance not only to the channel, but also to all of us because this is the last MV that Taemin made, actually. You know, this is the last MV that he made for his solo career. And it's also the MV that was voted in. And for the people who are not interested or who are interested but just didn't know about it, this was in 2021 at the end of the year. I had a contest to see what was the #1 video from 2021. And not the #1, the top 10. And Taemin was chosen with Advice. And I totally agree. This is one of those videos where we were all just blown away by how much was put into it when it comes to details on showing affection to his fans. And also, it was more or less a goodbye present. They planned this really cleverly, like they really made a good deal out of it, and I'm happy about it. I'm really happy what they do with this MV, and it deserved its spot, basically. You know, we had over 650 votes. I think even more. I don't remember. Maybe even 800. I totally forgot. Nonetheless, this was really... It just won by a long mile. Like, it did a fantastic job. Okay, guys, let's get into the last video with Taemin. And can you guess it? Well, I hope so, because it's right in front of you. Advice. Guys, I don't even want to talk too much throughout this video because I just enjoy it. I'm just going to be here. If I want to say something, I will, but I will try to enjoy this as much as possible. Let's go. It's also so different from his other MVs. It feels very intense. Let me get the keys to my lock. What a beautiful video. I think it was also just a video which a lot of people appreciate because we all knew this was going to be his last video for a long time. Take your own advice, people. It's true. Don't let anyone ever doubt you. It's not their right. It's your own. Love it. Also, the choreography is just top notch. You can see that here Taemin is just going back to his old roots to show how good he is at dancing. Like, this is, if anything, his strongest choreography. Dynamic, good, and again, throughout his all of his choreographies, I just love that he uses the extra dances as an extension, and it's just good. How long is this MV actually? It's actually one of his shorter ones, 3 minutes and 24 seconds. I think the other ones are all 3 minutes 40 seconds. And you might be thinking 20 seconds is nothing, but in all honesty, it's a lot. There's one thing I want to point out, and I do want to pause here, and the biggest appreciation that I have in this song is actually this female voice in the background. I forgot who it was, but I think it's like someone from the production team, or I totally forgot. It's somewhere in the Discord, but I love how you have Taemin and a female voice. I think that combination should come more and more in the future. I hope when he comes back, it's something they're going to pick up because it's just so beautiful. Just listen to it. So beautiful. I'm getting goosebumps. Anyone else getting goosebumps? Look at that. I mean, I'm happy. I'm sad. I have a feeling everyone that's in the chat now would understand what I'm feeling, you know, because it's weird, but there is just nothing beyond this. We can go to Shiny, of course, but there is nothing behind this video, and we all have to wait to see how it's going to continue, where we're going to see Taemin again. And I have a feeling they have a lot of good ideas in store for us, but I have a feeling as well that Shiny, the entire groups are taking care of each other, and also that they're going to make sure that Taemin is going to keep his creative mind. Like, I know he's going through a rough scenario right now. He's really in something that he doesn't want to be, and it doesn't fit to him. Like, this is him. Taemin is SM Entertainment. SM Entertainment is not particularly Taemin, but I think you guys understand it. He's made for this business, and it's something, you know. This is really just something to appreciate, you know. Let's even say it like that. Like, I can really just appreciate this moment. I mean, guys, what do you actually think of all these videos? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Do you also see the analysis on where we're not really looking at Taemin's and his MVs? We're actually just seeing how Taemin is growing up from becoming someone who's a little bit insecure about what he's doing to someone who's really secure of being on stage alone. And it's quite beautiful as well. And it's really nice as well to see that SM Entertainment sees it and then not just throwing him into a ditch, because he is getting everything he wants, because they know he's worth the potential. And it's just fantastic. I mean, guys, you saw it by yourself. I have nothing more to add to any of these MVs. It's just fantastic to look at all these videos again. I think you guys enjoyed it as well. I mean, this is now like, what, 1 minute and 20 minutes, 1 minute and 15 minutes or so of at least an hour of filming. Let me actually have a look. 1 minute and 22 minutes we're into the video. But I just want to say it has been a fantastic ride. And guys, who do you want me to check out next? Leave it in the chat. Like always, I'm always going to leave the chat open for a couple of minutes. You guys can enjoy that. This video is not going to get monetized, so if you do want to support today's video, then make sure you hit over to Patreon. The link will be in the chat. The link is down below in the comment section as well, and you can support there from $1 a month if you want to. And I'm just going to say, guys, thank you very much. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next premiere. I just don't know what to say anymore. You know, the video, the songs, the reactions spoke for themselves, and I hope you enjoy. Oh man, my nose, however, is very itchy. Like, it's one of the worst things ever. Like, it's not in my nose, like, it's literally on the top, and I feels like I need to snort cocaine to get rid of it, but it's really just annoying. And anyway, I'm out, skis, and guys, I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and peace out.